This boy wanted to touch a tiger that hadn't eaten in 3 days. Luke picked up a chunk of meat and stretched out his hand to feed it. He slowly tried to lure the tiger closer. The tiger began walking toward him. Just then, Luke's father rushed in. He instantly pulled Luke away from the cage. His father shouted, "If I hadn't come, you'd already be in that tiger's mouth." But Luke said, "I saw innocence in his eyes. He'll never hurt me." His father then told a servant to tie a goat near the cage. The goat was tied and the iron door was opened. The moment the tiger stepped out, he pounced on the goat and viciously ripped it apart in seconds. Luke stood there completely stunned. From that day on, he never went near the tiger again. Years later, Luke had grown up. Riots had broken out across the city. To save the family, his father decided to move to America. He even took all the zoo animals along on the ship. But that night, a violent storm struck the ocean. The ship began to sink into the water. Luke's parents were trapped below the deck. He tried to save them, but the waves were too strong. There was nothing he could do. He climbed to the deck screaming for help, but the crew, desperate to save him, forced Luke into a lifeboat. Before he could even realize what was happening, a zebra leapt into the same boat. Then the rope snapped, and the boat plunged straight into the ocean. To survive the furious waves, Luke clung tightly to the edge of the boat. Hours later, when the storm finally calmed down, the sun had already risen. When Luke opened his eyes, he saw a zebra on the boat. He immediately began scooping out the water, trying to keep the boat from sinking. Suddenly, a hyena crawled out from beneath the tarp and lunged straight at the zebra. Terrified, Luke grabbed the edge of the boat and hung on. The boat rocked violently, and the frightened hyena hid back inside. Then a monkey swam up beside the boat. Luke pulled him into the boat. Moments later, the wild dog came out again and attacked the zebra once more. Luke, scared to death, and clung to the wooden mast. Within seconds, the dog had killed the zebra. Luke realized this boat was no longer safe. Then he found a survival guide. He read it and built a small raft. But just as he was about to step onto it, Hyena charged at the monkey. The monkey smacked him hard on the face. Now Hyena was filled with rage and tore the monkey apart. Luke froze in fear. He gathered courage, grabbed a knife, and killed the hyena. But then, the same starving tiger emerged from beneath the tarp and lunged straight at him. But the waves were too strong, shaking the boat violently. The tiger couldn't keep up and slipped back. Then Luke spotted a rat nearby. He threw it toward the tiger, hoping to save himself. But the tiger was still hungry. Luke realized this is the end. So he studied the survival guide again, learning new survival tactics. Each passing day, he marked a line on the boat. He no longer wanted to live in fear. He realized if he wanted to survive, he'd have to tame the tiger. For more videos like this, subscribe, because